Dude, you're yoked.
It's hard.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
So it's like,
you know what I'm saying?
So like
You're
when I'm
absolutely yoked.
I think because my perception of like what like yoked is to me is like me looking at like a Bradley Martin, and I'm like that guy's a big motherfucker.
But that's like next level though.
So like,
I'm talking.
So that's how I see like big, you know. So when people look at me, I'm like I was just like I don't know, maybe I'm just naive, but like I think I like am big, but I don't think I'm like holy shit, what the hell, you know?
Dog.
So I don't know.
Yeah, to be honest, dog, you're not bypassing that. You know,
So,
but yeah, like maybe you might be natural in the sense that you fucking were on your P's and Q's with everything, and
yeah. But
it'd be extremely hard and not believable in the slightest.
I guess in that aspect of it, it's more so like I don't know. I just don't think it's like socially like as accepted yet.
Yeah, that's weird to me though. That's still socially stigmatized, man.
Perfect example: The Rock, megastar. This guy has never said on camera like I am running these compounds, ever.
But it's so clearly obvious. He doesn't need to say it though. Like,
but it's like, it's just like because he hasn't publicly said it, that like no one can actually be like, hey, this guy's like a druggie. They can't put that on him.
Would they? So you're saying steroids and gear and all that.
Yeah.
As soon as someone publicly goes out and says they do that, they would be put under the label as a druggie?
100%.
What?
Bro, if LeBron came out tomorrow and said, yo guys, I gotta be honest with you, I've been running fucking 200 milligrams of test, a little bit of Anavar, and I've been taking fucking peptides because it's been helping with my injuries and stuff. People would be like, what the fuck? ESPN, fucking Skip Bayless, fucking all those motherfuckers. They'd be like, LeBron James, fucking bro. It'd be the biggest thing ever. Look at baseball, like Barry Bonds, all those guys, right? They got busted.
Sure.
Fucking, they just like took this guy's Hall of Fame shit away, all that stuff, right?
Well, especially in sport, when you're in such a competitive level like they are, it is a bit of you're cheating, you're getting away with it, your recovery time's a little bit faster. Yeah. Sure, I get that, but dude, to be labeled as like a degenerate, as a druggie or a junkie because of that's insane. I've never heard of that.
I think they would for sure. Because even Hollywood stars, right? Look at all these guys that get buffed for movies, action movies, all that stuff, right? The Thors, the fucking Bane, Tom Hardy. Bro, you think that guy can look like that in like 4 or 5 months of just eating food? Hell no. There's no way. Because like the minute I think I told you this that I started, bro, I gained 30 pounds in like it was like 5 weeks. Like the scales kept going up. All my strength up for like, consistently for so long, and then it finally kind of like tapered off and like, you know, like say kind of baseline, and then then I kind of just built from there. Right. In the beginning, like you'll put on like crazy weight right away. It's a lot of water retention though too, but you're gonna grow 100%.
Yeah. No, right? I hear you.
But but it's weird. That's what I'm saying. Even though the public, it's like, even though we're not professional athletes, right? Like I think if we were to go to work, for example, and just like openly share it with like people at work, they'd probably be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like,
oh man, I'm sure they would think of it as, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's a decision. That's a life decision you're making." But at the end of the day, it's something that's enhancing your life. You're doing something to,
for sure,
to lift heavier, work out better, you know, have less time in between recovery. So it's never in the light of, oh, you're ruining yourself or you're throwing yourself down a dark and deep path.
I know.
I don't get it. Like you're doing this for your own benefit.
Trust me, man. I swear, like I've like, yeah, it's so weird. Even like for so long, for example, bodybuilders, right? They never really told what they were doing, but everybody knew. But like magazines and like all these like supplement companies, they never just say like, hey, these guys are doing this stuff. It's like, hey, this guy's taking our creatine. This guy's taking his omega-3s. Like this guy's taking our like whey protein, right? And like, but they're never like, oh, by the way, but this guy's also doing these things, right? But now, like in like this day and age, social media and stuff, now people are more open. They're like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm running. I don't recommend this, right? But I'm being open and transparent. This is what I do, right? I am a bodybuilder. I'm trying to be like 300 pounds. Like I have to do this to get there, right? So
Because there's no way to get there
yeah.
naturally. Like there's no, it's humanly impossible.
No. But the thing is, though, people don't even believe you if you say you're natural too, which is also fucked. Right? Like all the guys that say they are, no one believes them. Right?
Yeah. It's like the lines are getting pretty blurred with who is natural or not. I mean, you can't really even tell, man. That's the thing. Like there's some dudes at the gym like, fuck, are you natural?
It's because people think that people that are doing it are gonna have crazy side effects. Like, oh, this guy, like Mo's starting to do it. Like, oh, that's why he's getting bald now. Or that's why he has more hair on his body. Like, oh, he's got pimples on his face now. He's got back knee, right? Because some guys just naturally are prone to that, right? Like all these side effects will start coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So it's a weird conversation, honestly. Like, but it's just like, yeah, I just try and like, I always just try to stray away from it because it's like, there's people that like understand it, like you, who are like, oh, it's a health thing, it's gonna benefit you, all these things, right? But then there's also people that are just like not down with it at all.
This way.
And they're like, nah, like it's just like that's fucked up or whatever. I think there's still a stigma around it, is what it is.
Yeah, I could see the part where people might be like, oh, you're too you're taking the easy way out. You're cheating the grind, which is it makes no sense, right? Because even if you do it, you're not just gonna sleep and wake up in the morning and just be 3 times more jacked and have striations you've never seen. You got to work for it still.
It's funny, man.
Right?
I don't know. People are weird, bro.
Dude, speaking of like the bodybuilding and like not even the bodybuilding, but like the weightlifting community and the influencer community within gymming and the whole unhinged bro shit. What other toxic shit do you see amongst those dudes? Maybe just in terms of the way they create their content, rage bait, just stir things up knowingly and knowing what they're doing. Like what are some lies and myths or some things that you see online where you're just like, dude, shut up. Like you're bullshitting, you're
I think things just like kind of come and go in waves. So it's like, for example, when they make like hyped up like keto being this crazy ass fucking, nutrition plan you can follow to lose rapid weight really fast, or like nowadays it's like people talk in terms of training, like science-based lifting, and that's becoming this whole thing of like optimal training, what is right, what is wrong, and like you have 2 people, like the bro science people and then the science-based lifted people, and they're both kind of going back and forth with each other of like, this is the way to go, this is the way to go, this is what's going to get you better. And then like they're kind of saying like, oh, like we train like this because it's the most optimal for us because we're natural, that we have to train like this to get the results. One's like, you can just fucking just train and pick what you like and pick what feels best for you and get better at those movements, and you're gonna get progress.
Yeah.
Right. But like now there's this weird, like, I don't know, it's just social media is just weird in general because everything's just like clickbait now. People are just gonna say the most random crazy shit just to fucking like just to get attention, right? It's all about capturing viewers now, right? So whatever outrageous shit you can say that's gonna land you the most eyes, such as gonna grow your page.
Yeah, anything that gets the most eyeballs and
so people just say crazy shit now.
Man, I mean, there's some fitness guys in the community that I've seen that aren't even anything special in terms of physique.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Who are you to really even criticize anyone? I've seen that a lot, actually, like a lot. But they kind of tiptoe along fitness and like lifestyle coach type thing, and it's just that's also getting kind of murky. Like, what the fuck is a lifestyle coach? What the fuck? What's a fitness?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about though. That's funny. Hold on, is this like okay where it's at?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah, we're good.
All right.
Also, okay, we talked about this before. When you were sitting in Costco and you were looking around.
Oh, yeah,
Tell me about it, man.
yeah,
Talk to me.
yeah.
What do you?
I've just been observing just that a lot of men just aren't in shape and aren't fit. And I feel like it's a huge problem now, in my personal opinion, where people just like, men just aren't taking care of themselves, right? And I'm like, okay, well, if you're looking for a partner or you're trying to date and things like that, it's like people are like, oh man, this girl doesn't want me, like I have no money and all that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, but you also like kind of look like shit. It's like, you know what I mean? If you're looking at the average man right now, it's like most guys just they're not fit, they don't train, they don't really care anymore. I don't know. It's just, I just was looking at everybody, right? Older people, younger people, people that look my age, right? And I'm just like, no one in here looks like they really train. And like, I know you can look and be like, oh, well, how do you know that person doesn't do this? And like, I have a general pretty decent idea of like who kind of lifts weights, you know what I mean? Or like a guy who's not doing anything versus someone who's kind of doing something, right? Versus someone that's like myself, right? Like, it's easy to kind of see a range, right? But yeah, I don't know.
Where's the bar? Like, where would you put the bar in the sense that you would say you don't need to be this big time bodybuilder or this fucking tip of the spear athlete.
Yeah.
But when you're saying a lot of guys aren't taking care of themselves and not being fit, like what's the indicator? Like they don't have abs, or like they have a certain percentage of body fat? Like what's
I would say it's like a certain level of like body fat is what the biggest thing is. Like just, yeah, you can just kind of tell like if a guy just has like a big ass gut, right? Then it's like, and like obviously there's different levels, right? It's like if you have a little bit of a stomach, you have a little bit of body fat. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not athletic. You know what I mean? Like you could run, who knows, 20K, no problem, right? So I don't think it's about like having abs or anything like that, or just being like generally like jacked. But it's just like you can just kind of tell if someone's just like skinny fat and just like soft and like, you know what I mean? If you look at somebody's arms, or like you can get a general idea. But I don't think there's like, I don't know. For me, I always say like if you can, I think every person just needs to find something that they like that gets them moving every day, no matter what that is. You don't necessarily have to be like super into fitness on the terms of like training like a bodybuilder, but like do something that gets your heart rate going, that's challenging, that's like rewarding, you know what I mean? Right? Like, so I think that's kind of lacking.
right? And we kind of touched on it before when we were talking about it off camera a few weeks ago. Like, I think a lot of dudes now maybe fall into that trap of, well, I don't need to be in shape, I don't need to be fit, because there's this common narrative and this notion growing for the past 5-6 years where, women are saying, oh, they're more into dad bods.
Yeah.
Like dad bods is like the thing. It's more of a turn on than not having a dad bod.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I mean, I don't. Maybe that's it. Like, what do you think? What do you think it is though? Like, why do guys?
First of all, I feel like that's just straight cap. I think that girls that say that just say that for whatever reason, and then like guys see that and they're like, okay, like girls don't really care and stuff like that. But like, if you were to go to like, let's say you're gonna go to the beach, right, and you just picked out a random girl, and you're like, which body type do you like better? I think a majority of the women that you picked, if you're showing like two actors, let's say, like, do you like Jack Black's body or do you like fucking like, I don't know, Ryan Reynolds, right? You know what I mean? Like, and you just like showed them both. Like, they're probably gonna pick Ryan Reynolds, just like based off of his just what he look. Not even just his appearance. You can block his face if you want, right? Just show their body types. Like, there's no like
And you're lying if you say Jack Black.
There's just no way. It's like, I don't know.
I don't get it. No, I'm with you, man. Like,
right? I just think I just think you're lying, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think the part that I think I don't really understand with the whole thing with like guys not taking care of themselves is, I don't know how do you feel good, like physically, like how emotionally and physically, how do you feel good? Because for me, dude, I remember when I sort of let myself go and I wasn't working out as much eating, a lot more junk food and not really taking care of my health and my nutrition, those kind of things.
Yeah.
I've just felt shitty. I just felt fucking lazy, depressed, unmotivated, angry, right? Like for me, I don't know how guys don't feel that way.
Yeah.
When they are just drinking every weekend and not really working out and kind of putting whatever in their bodies, having fucking wings every night, every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I just like, sure, go do your thing. By all the power to you. I just don't know how you can wake up in the morning the next day and feel like, I feel fresh. Like, I just don't get it. I don't, like, your body isn't made to feel that way after putting all that into your body the night before.
Yeah. And I agree. And I think that's like what people say in terms of like, what's the term with the, is it fat phobia or like what do people call it? But it's like, I don't even think that's a term, to be honest, if that's the right thing I'm thinking about. But more so just like when people are like, oh yeah, like I'm cool with being like 250 pounds, just like obese and just like, it's fine, right? Like I love my body and like body positivity, sorry, is what I'm trying to think about, right? And I'm like, okay, there's no way in hell, like you get out of the shower and you look yourself in the mirror and you just see just this fucking rolls of fat on you and all this shit's hanging off. Yeah. And you can't even put on a pair of jeans because you're fucking crying because you're a size 23 now. And you know what I mean? Or like you're a guy and you're having to get like 5X fucking t-shirts. Like you can't even wear a suit. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's no way in hell you're like, oh yeah, I'm cool with this. Fuck no, you're not. Yeah. Right? Go to the beach and you're chilling and like you're looking at like other girls there. And like you're like, oh man, like if I was just, I could talk to her if I want to. Bro, she'd fucking walk away from your ass. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so your confidence level is probably just tanked, right? And like the only way you're gonna get that up is by like actively doing stuff to like fix your body, right? I just don't buy it that people that say like, oh, I'm totally cool with how I look like, and they're fucking like 300 pounds are just like, was lying.
Well, it makes me think though, dude, like a guy like DJ Khaled, he's got all the money in the world, more money than God. He's famous. He's got everything, but like the way he looks, Yeah. I just wonder if that guy wakes up in the morning and still has that confidence. Like that's the part where I'm kind of like, okay, well, there has to be something where he wakes up in the morning, he just feels tired.
Yeah.
Like that at least has to be happening.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
It doesn't matter how many hits you have and how many features you have with Lil Baby and Drake. Right?
Yeah. I agree. For sure. I think for guys like that though, because they have so much money that they're like, I don't give a fuck. Because they're like, if I want to, I could go fucking smash like 20 bitches right now. And like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he has
it's just different. Like you could just pull up his fucking Phantom and be like, hey, you want to get in the car? Like, sure, they can fucking jump in, boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But the average guy who's fucking, working, I don't know, fucking ICBC or some shit.
That is a pretty subpar job.
I'm not dissing ICBC, even though actually, well, fuck ICBC, honestly. Yeah. But like, if you work there, and this big ass fucking overweight, obese dude, you're not like, there's no way you're just pulling girls every weekend. Just be like, yeah, bro, like
you don't have the advantage
like a 50
of looking
girl roster. You know what I mean? I'll call whoever I want at the crib. Like, fuck no. So I think for that, it's like when you're making a lot of money, then it's a little bit different, right? And there's like status and things like that, right? Everything changes at that point, I think, right?
Sure. Yeah, and at that point, he has the leverage and the advantage of eating whatever the fuck and looking the way, which is good for him. I mean, he made it.
There's still a I think there's still something there though that he doesn't like. I think so. But he probably just doesn't like, I don't really care.
But that's what I mean, dude. Like, even if I become a multi-billionaire and I become one of the most famous people in the world, I still feel like I need to go. Like, I just feel like ass when I smoke out 2 pints of Haagen-Dazs and then I wake up in the morning getting ready to come to work. I feel like shit in the morning. I don't know what it is. I just feel heavy. I feel gross. My stomach is all like
Yeah.
swirling around in there. I don't know what's up. You know,
Bro.
right?
I know, I agree. It's just fucking cracks me out, dude. Oh my god.
So all right? What's your goal with like helping people?
My
Like,
goal?
Yeah.
I just want people to feel their best and become as confident as they can. So if I'm working with the guy who's like a little bit chubby and wants to kind of transform his life, right? It's like I want to be the person that can help him get to where like he wants to get to it, yeah, essentially, you know? That's why I started coaching. That's why I started training other people. Because like I remember what it was like to like be at my starting point to versus where I am now and like how I felt, right?
How did you feel?
So
Where
like,
was your starting point?
So, like start from the beginning.
Why not? Fuck it. Yeah.
So pretty much like I would say like around like graduation, like grade they're like 17, 18 years old, and at the time like Jersey Shore was like really popular. So I'm watching a ton of Jersey Shore. I don't know if you like
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
past your-
GTL. Oh man. Cool.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but anyway, so I'm watching these guys. I'm like, okay, these guys are going to the club every day. They're fucking pretty in good shape. They're all pretty jacked, right? Like fucking situations, walking around with the shirt off all the time. This guy's just flexing all over, right? Girls are fucking touching his abs and stuff. I'm like, bro, what the like? Oh, bro, when I turned 19, I'm like, that's what I want, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm single. I'm like, I'm gonna try and get married right now, right? So I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to get there? I'm like, okay, I need to get in more better shape. And at that point, I was super skinny, right? I was always been super lean, smaller kid, right? Not really skinny fat because I played a lot of sports, I was skateboarding, all that kind of stuff, right? But I was just small. So I'm like, okay, I need to put on size. Like, how can I do that? And then at that time, like, that's when like forums were really big. And then I went on to bodybuilding.com, reached out to some random person. That guy sent me a meal plan, and I was just like, all right, this is what I have to eat. Didn't really question anything. I'm like, okay, I'll just follow this. And so I just followed the plan. It was like maybe like a 3,000 calorie plan, something like that. Did that for a year straight after I graduated. And then put on 30 pounds. Went from 145 to 175 in a year. And I was like, okay, shit, like this is like kind of working, you know? And then I got to the point where I was like, I'm going out, I'm partying more, right? Like confidence is up, right? And then because the confidence was up, I kind of was like, all right, like I don't need to really train. Like I'm ready, like where I need to be now, right? Things are good. And then I just like stopped training for like 5 years, and I was partying, drinking, fucking going to raves, doing fucking all this shit.
Yeah. You were outside.
Like,
you were outside,
years,
man.
Right? And then I got to a point where I was like, okay, well, I was just getting, I think, so someone introduced me to a guy, his name's Elliot Halls, like a YouTube guy, fitness guy. Watching this guy's content all the time, binge watching it, just like learning, just kind of watching the gym stuff, right? And I kept saying like, okay, you know what, like, you know, I feel like I should go train. Like, you know, you're watching the motivational, you're like, oh, I should do that, right? I can do that. I just kept telling myself that, but then I was just not doing it, right? So I'd wake up after partying on like a Sunday, hungover, like, oh fuck, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym on Monday. But I'm hungover, so I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. I'm tired, whatever. Then the next week comes, same thing. Next week comes, same thing. So then that's why I just stopped training for so long. And then finally, one like New Year's Eve, I was like, all right, I'm making a resolution, and I was like, I'm going to start training January 1st. Like, this is it. Stop fucking being an idiot, right? Like, my life's not gonna get any better if I just continue down this path. And it's not like I'm not fucking like doing blow or any of this shit, you know what I mean? Like, but like still, I just felt like off, and I wasn't doing anything in terms of work and stuff like that, right? And just like, I'm like, I need to change something. And then I started training, and then kept training, and then results started happening, and then I just that was it. I just kind of took off.
Yeah, and this was in the midst of you gaining 30 pounds, like the 30 pounds of muscle, or this
no,
was after?
So like I gained that 30 pounds from age 19 to 20, and then from 20 to 25, I just like stopped training.
Okay, and
So
then
you
started partying and
like
doing
going
your
out,
thing.
doing stuff.
Yeah, okay, got you.
And then after that, like 25 hit. I was like, okay, like I need to change this, otherwise this is just not gonna help me. And then started fucking getting into gym, started taking it more seriously, and then started getting better results. And then at that point, in terms of like coaching and training, I'm like, you know what, like I actually want to become a trainer, because like I just feel like so much positive stuff happened after I started training, in terms of like how I was treating myself, how others are treating me, right? It's like my confidence level was back, like all that stuff just transformed.
I wanna touch on that, dude. Like, what is it about like training in like that time period between 19 and 20 when you gained 30 pounds, when you were, viciously working out? What about that made you gain confidence? Like, what is it in that time, in the thick of it, when
Yeah.
you're doing all that, that makes you gain confidence? Like, why can't someone get to that without doing all that and just doing whatever they're doing? Like, I know it's kind of a hypothetical question. I know what it is. I know why, because I mean, you're looking better. I don't know. Like,
I think it's just like the combination of what you're doing. So it's like, it's not just the gym. At least for me, it's like, when you're eating better, like you're just going to feel better, right? If you're training, you're also going to feel better. Clothes feel better. People are actually starting to notice, right? You're getting compliments now, right? But like, just like all the external things that you're doing, even like outside of the gym, right? Like, I just feel like just training in general just like taught me a lot of things in terms of just like patience, especially, right? Like, this is going to take a good amount of time, right? Like, just like really putting like your mind to something and accomplishing something and just like building that and compounding that over the years, right, is what builds your confidence, right? And then you're also listening, like, at least for me, like after I got into the gym, I started listening to more podcasts, I started reading more, right? And just the self-growth aspect in like all areas of my life, not just fitness. And now that like I'm training more, it's like fitness is like the anchor that like holds all that together. So when like I'm not training and I'm not like, as soon as I stop like kind of training the gym, usually my food starts getting off, and like maybe I'm not reading as much because I just feel I'm more tired.
your
now,
relationships
right?
are kind of off.
My relationships are a little bit weird, right? Like, I don't know, it could be more moody. Like, I don't know if I am to my partner or not, right? But like, it just depends, right? But I just think like once you start training, everything else around your life kind of starts to change, just as a result of just the training alone.
And it's cool you say that, because, dude, a lot of like gym people that say, oh, you need to start working out and getting to the gym and working on yourself, like a lot of people, the casual will look at that and be like, oh, this guy's just a gym bro. He's just telling other people to become a gym bro. It's like, no, it's not necessarily that. It's when you do go to the gym, it's a domino effect, like you said. Like, everything else falls into place. Your work life, your eating, your relationships, your mood stables out a little bit, right? Like, it's not just going to the gym and getting yoked. It's not that. It's everything. The byproduct of it, of everything else that it's gonna come from that. Like, a lot of people don't understand it. It's just literally like, you're not just saying go to the gym just to go to the gym and curl 30s.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. So I think a lot of areas in people's lives could improve from just training. Even just like stress alone, right? Just like going to the gym can relieve a lot of that just naturally, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. One thing that I do want to get into, dude. I mean, we literally just I asked you just before we started recording off the record. Do you want to get into it?
I don't know what you're talking about,
dude.
What we just for sharing?
Yeah. Like racial microaggressions. And
oh, sure.
Just the things that you've
kind
of been through growing up in. Did you grow up in Surrey?
No. I was born in Vancouver, and then I went to Falls Creek Elementary School. So it's
Falls Creek
it's
East
literally no. So if you go over to the Cambie Street Bridge, right,
okay,
the seawall.
Yeah.
If you were to follow the seawall on the other side of downtown, you're eventually going to hit a elementary school. It's crazy.
So like damn near Point Grey, almost like Kitsilano area.
No, before that. So it's like Cambie Street Bridge, right? You go over, and if you look to the left, like you're driving downtown, if you walk the seawall for like 50 minutes, there's a big open field, a bunch of the houses there kind of have red roofs, and it's an elementary school. It's literally on the seawall. It's fucking insane.
Okay.
Like,
fuck,
bro, growing up, like I had the craziest like childhood experience ever. Like,
Really? In what way? What do you mean?
Well, it's just like I feel like where I grew up in Vancouver. It's like I don't think my parents aren't this like crazy wealthy family. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I just got pretty lucky in terms of where I grew up and like my childhood experiences. Right. So
Was it mostly white people or Asian or?
I think it was a mix of like white, a pretty good mix actually, to be honest, of like the kids I grew up with. And then I was also in daycare too. So like I would go to school, then get picked up by people. They would take us to Granville Island, and then my daycare was there. And then my dad would come pick me up, take me home. So then
Dude, that's a pretty white neighborhood.
Bro, so white, right? I'm like every time I've ever moved in my whole life, I've always been like the only black guy there. It's just like, I don't think I really noticed it as much, obviously, when I'm a kid. But, like, after I hit, like, grade 6 and I moved to Surrey, then I was like, whoa. Like,
right.
Then, like, I really did.
So, wait, hold on. You never noticed it even as a kid?
I don't think it was just, like, I don't think it really was a thing for me, to be honest. Like, I think I knew I was, like, you know, obviously I'm black, right? I think I know that, but it's, like, it wasn't, like, as evident because like I said, like I never had any kids like coming up to me and saying shit to me or like calling me names really or like anything like that. Like my best friend is just like this tall ass fucking white kid, like super popular kid, right? Like I had a really good girlfriend, like not girlfriend but like my girlfriend growing up, and like me and her spent a lot of time together. So like I was always at her house or she was in my house, or you know what I mean. So I don't know, I just
So you never felt that the racial microaggressions. You never felt out of place. You never felt like there was like I don't know. There's some weird air. There's some weird energy.
The only time I ever felt that was when I moved from Vancouver to Surrey, and then so I moved from Falls Creek when I was in middle of grade 6. So I moved to Surrey, and then when I got there, I was like, whoa, like because everybody's Punjabi. And like that to me was like a totally different world for me, just because I've just never just been around like a lot of Punjabi people, right? And so I even remember before I moved, people were like, "Oh, bro, you're moving to Surrey? Like what? Like, bro, do they have running water out there? Like, bro, I was like, where am I going? And so I was like, this is not. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to expect. So then I get there, and I remember the first couple days I wanted to move back immediately.
Why? What happened?
I just like, because the people there were just like, just not accepting me, not really talking to me, just like, you know, their like this guy came in and it's the middle of grade 6 now, right? Everyone's got their friends kind of going on, right? And I'm just like, there's a new kid there, right? And I'm like, fuck, this fucking sucks. I'm like, my homies,
and everyone's brown and you're the only black kid.
All my homies are in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Everyone at the school is brown. There was like one white kid in my class. I remember in grade 6. I think his name was Jared. One white kid, right? And I'm like, and then I was like, fuck, man, like, what the hell? No black kids there that I remember. And then, yeah, went back home, told my dad, I'm like, yo, I'm like, basically, fuck this school. Like, I don't want to go here, right? And then end up riding it out. And I got really, really lucky because the kid that I met, man, it's a funny story. So I was wearing like a puffy ass jacket, like a bomber jacket essentially, right? And it's like hot, right? Have this jacket on. I still have my Cypress ski pass, like, you know, they attach it to your, I have that on, right? I'm leaving school. This kid comes up to me. He's like, yo, like, he's like, why you got this jacket on, bro? It's hot as fuck, right? I was like, I don't know. He's like, why you still have this little pass on from fucking snowboarding, right? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And he just like starts like clowning me about it, right? And then like, next thing, me and this guy became really good friends. And he was like, where's he from? I know he's an Aboriginal kid. He's a Native kid. And so he lived in the building in like the apartments next to me. And then so me and him became really good friends. And because of that relationship, it like set up everything, because he was like best basketball player at the school, super popular, knew everybody. He was a year older than me, right? So just from that relationship, I was able to know who like all the grade 7 kids were. And then I became like good friends with those guys, even before I became friends with like the people that were my age. And then he went off to high school, right? Because he's older than me. But then because I met a lot of people through him, like just going to high school made it super easy for me because it's like now I already know grade 8ers, but I also know grade 9s, right? And because I'm friends with him and he's a really great basketball player, he's playing ball with like grade 10ers and grade 12s, and like I'm playing with them too. So like I was able to kind of like, you know, mingle with those guys. There's another black guy at the school at that time too. So then like I was chatting with this guy. So like high school was like super chill and like a good experience for me. Like I don't look back and think like, oh, this was shitty or I hated it.
So dude, let me ask you, with you having such a, you know, good experience with all that and never really experiencing that prejudice and that racism, with a lot of, I guess, like for you, like for like a lot of other you know, black people in Vancouver and like the whole within the community, like when you hear a lot of people talk about their experiences and the things they went through, you know, being like the only black kid in an all-white school, or like being the only well, specifically like you know, the black community, right? Like I'm not gonna speak on like the brown community because like I have a whole other thing with that, but like like when you hear all those crazy stories and the name calling that has happened, and the racism and the bullying and all of that, like are you just kind of like, holy shit, like I got lucky? Is it, do you feel, can you understand what those individuals went through, or is it kind of like, oh shit, man, maybe I'm just more bulletproof mentally than all of you, and I kind of ignored all of it, even though it was happening to me, right? Like, what do you say? Because a lot of, you know, black people have come out and said like, yo, this is something that they continue to go through in Vancouver till this day. Like, what do you?
It's tricky because like, so like in elementary school, like, so I'm kind of jumping stories here, but back in being elementary school, like something did happen. And I remember it was one thing that did happen where I remember kids were playing and I like went up to this one Asian kid and I was like, hey man, like, you know, like, can I jump in on your game, right? And he's like, nah. He's like, you can't play. He's like, you're black. And then he just like ran off. And I was like, what? Right? I was like, holy fuck, right?
Yeah.
And like, that was the first time where I was like, oh shit, what the fuck, right? Like, I'm young, so obviously I didn't really react, right? But like, that was the only time I remember as a kid that like something happened where I was like, whoa, what the fuck, right? Like, coming from like an Asian kid, like, it's crazy, right? I was like, what? Right? Like, okay. Bro, what the fuck? And he's younger than me.
Them Asian kids, right? Man.
And he's younger than me. I was like,
they
what
would say
the
some
fuck,
shit.
bro? I was like, that's crazy.
They would say some
so
shit.
anyways, like, I don't know. That I kind of just like brushed off. I was like, okay, like that happened. And then it's like going through like high school, like I don't have any clear memory of like something happening, you know? And like, I also think at some point, like when you're the only black kid in school, it's like you kind of just like play into that a little bit and like, I don't know, like kind of have fun with it in a way, right? Like, I didn't think anything of it, you know what I mean? And like, and I would say for me, like in any like racial experience that had happened, like in Vancouver, is on 3 occasions I've been called the N-word by all women. Crazy. Like it's happened every time I've gone out somewhere. And like, I've like, what the fuck? And like, I remember always telling myself, like in my head, like having conversations with myself, like, yo, if any guy says it to me and I'm like in the club and I'm holding a bottle, I'm like, I'm breaking it over his head. And I always told myself that. Like, never happened, right? Just never needed to do anything. But I was just like, if someone says something to me, I'm like, I'm probably gonna punch him, right? But yeah,
rightfully so. I mean,
I'm just gonna hit him right away.
Yeah, you have.
But it just never happened. Like some girl said it to me and like kind of ran off, and then her friend was like, "Oh my god, like I'm so sorry." And then like one time I was at venue back in the Caprice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then my friend was a bouncer there, and I'm just like standing outside waiting around. The club's like closing, so lights are coming on, right? And like girls are just kind of leaving, but I'm talking to him on the side, and I'm just being myself, just like chatting up girls as they're walking by. And then one girl's like, man, like, get away from me, nigger. Like, and she's kept walking. I was like, what? And then my buddy was like, what? And then he just went, bro, him and this guy and the other bouncer grabbed this girl and fucking threw her on her head.
Holy shit.
Bro. Yeah, they fucked her up. Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, bro, like you didn't have to do that, but like whatever. But yeah, that was
Whoa,
like
yeah.
yeah. And then like another time, like I think it was a chick too. I can't remember who I was though. But yeah, that was the only real things that had happened with like being in Vancouver. Otherwise, like in terms of like when I went to like Black Lives Matter protests and stuff like that, I was telling you this before with like all the George Floyd stuff that came out, like when I was going to those, and like that really opened my eyes to being like, okay, like Vancouver has some shit going on, you know? People sharing these stories of like cops treating them like this or people treating them like this, or like I remember one of my friends was telling me some guy yelled the N-word driving in his car and he was like coming out of a coffee shop. And I'm like, to me, like that's like insane, right? Like I've never had that happen to me. So I don't know if it's because of like how I look or like my demeanor, or people are just like, you know, afraid to say something because I might react, right? Which I probably would, honestly, like even till this day,
Yeah.
right? Maybe not like punch someone in the face, but I would definitely fucking say something, right? So,
You know what's wild, man? I remember one of my good friends, he's black, and he had come. It's on the episode we did in New York when he actually told a story. He came down for a basketball recruitment trip, and a whole thing happened at the club. I won't get into it, but let's just say he was escorted out, and he was basically like mauled to the ground and taken to the ground. And he's in no fault. He is not in the wrong by any means at all. And I remember he told me the next day when he called his dad to tell him what happened, his dad was upset at him for putting himself in that position, because he told him, son, I've told you this many times, in this world, like you're a black guy. That's what, like, you got to understand, like, that is what, not where you, like, that's your position in the world and forever, like, don't, but it's like, you got to understand when you do go out, especially to the club or somewhere where there's, like, a lot of shit going on and tensions are running high, you got to understand that that is what you bring into the room.
yeah. The
And no point was his dad like, I feel sorry, like, are you okay? Like, oh my God, like, that's terrible. Like, it was completely and utterly my friend's fault for putting himself in that position, which was wild to me.
Yeah. That's just
Can you I guess you can't relate to that because it hasn't really like been that loud, like it hasn't been that in your face, like to the point of like physical.
No, like, so I don't know how much you can say on this story, but it was like, was it someone called him like a racial slur?
No, it was just,
or just like a scuffle happened and they just like
it was
thought
just
it was him?
it was just his word against someone else's that was a non-black person, and he was the one that got the shit end of it, and basically got kicked out for something that someone else was in the same position.
Yeah.
He was in the same boat as someone else.
Yeah.
With me,
Yeah.
I got to stay in the club, but he was escorted out.
Yeah.
Handcuffed.
What? See, like, it's tough because it's like I've never, when I think of my experiences where I've had like, let's say situations like that, like I have like a perfect story that sounds kind of similar to that, where like this was like honestly like a couple months ago actually, but we went out for my friend's birthday. We went to oh my God, what's the place on Davie?
Celebrities?
Yes. Okay. Go to Celebrities, right? And it's my friend's birthday, we're partying, whatever, we're on the dance floor. And then there was like some girl's birthday or something. She's like, I don't know, right? I just saw like, oh, this is her birthday, whatever. I'm like, oh, like, you know, happy birthday. I'm like, that's dope. Like, you know, how old are you, right? She's like, oh, I'm 19, right? I was like, holy fuck. I was like 19. I was like, well, I'm like, happy birthday, right? All I said, right? And then she was like just saying some other random stuff to me. So she's talking to me now, right? So I'm just like leaning back. I'm talking to her, just chilling, right? And then and I'm like, yeah, that's good. Like, you know, hope you have a good night and stuff like that. You know, enjoy, like, you know, your clubbing experience. Hope it's fun, right? And then her friend's like, get out of here. Like, you're being like a weirdo. Like, you're like a creep. Like, you're an old guy. Get out of here, right? And I'm like, what? And then I don't know if there was like her chaperone or her mom or I don't know, some older lady came and was like, get out of here. Like, why are you being like a creep? Like, you're being like a predator, like, fuck off kind of thing. And I'm like, all I said was like, happy birthday. And then she was talking to me and then that was it. I wasn't like arm around her, macking her up, you know, grabbing, touching her, nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just like sipping my drink, just standing there. And then so she starts going off at me. I'm like, honestly, you're just being a bitch. I'm like, get out of here, right? She's like, don't call me a bitch. And then now we're in this little like kind of shouting match. 2 guys come over that are on her side. And they're like kind of grabbing me. And I'm like, what the fuck, right? I'm like, yo, get off me. So I push them like in front of me. And now there's just like me alone. And there's like my buddies are like on the side. I'm like, oh, come here, you idiots, right? I'm like, you know, like, it's like a 3-on-1, right?
Yeah,
so I'm like, so I
there's...
grab these guys. And then there's like kind of a little like kind of pushing match and things like that. Bouncers come, they're like grabbing us and like about to kick us out. I'm like, bro, why are you like grabbing me? I'm like, I haven't done anything. I'm like, they came, started pushing us. And I'm like, this kind of turned into this whole situation now, right? And then after the guys like kind of like, go, just like come to the side or whatever, just like kind of calm down, right? I'm like, dude, I'm not even gonna do anything. I'm like, I'm cool. And then like they didn't kick us out or anything like that, right? But in my head, I was like, if I get kicked out for this, like I'm just gonna cause a huge scene because I'm like, I know what the fuck happened. I'm gonna like advocate for myself and be like, bro, these guys did this, and then kind of just like I don't know, so whatever plays out from there plays out. But like I've never been in a situation where like something like that has happened, and then they just like kick me out and just like shit kick me or fucking beat me up, or, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Like I've never been in like a huge like physical like altercation before,
right?
You know, I've been in like little like shoving matches and shit like that, like it's just like you're just like kind of pushing and it's like dumb shit, but never like actual guy will come and grab me or like punch me or throw me out the club or something.
Well, in that unfortunate situation, like anything like a girl's word against a guy's word in the club, it's like it's always gonna go towards the girl. But like, you know how it would have been weird for your situation, like it would have been a clear indication that something shady is up. Like when you're getting in a shoving match with your buddies and the whoever and the other guys, it's like they let your buddies stay, but then they kick you out. You know, then it would be like, okay, well, why aren't my buddies getting kicked out? Why am I the only one being? So that's kind of what happened to my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's weird because I've like I said, like I've never experienced it. And my friend actually told me a story recently where he went out, same friend of mine, this tall ass white dude, right? They're going to, I think, Banter or something like that. And they get there and they're talking to the guy. And then the guy's like, yeah, bro, like, you know, it's all good. You guys can come in. And then for whatever reason, he stopped the other guy, black guy, and was like, no, your friend's too hammered. You can't come inside. And then he's like, what? And he's not even hammered. He's fine. And they're like, no, you can't, bro. Like, only you can come inside. And then this guy was trying to advocate to get him inside and like talking to the bouncer, all this stuff. And then this kept saying, no. And then eventually the guy's like, well, fuck this. And
so that's a moment, dude. Like that's real, you know, right? Like that shit.
And I agree. For sure it happens, right? But it's like, it's tough for me because it's like, I can't say that like I've ever had that happen to me, right? So then when I share these stories and stuff like that, people are like, okay, well, maybe you just got lucky or like, maybe you're with the right people or I don't know, like, I don't know how I would describe it or like.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like, yeah, it's a good thing that it's never happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just, one thing, man, like, I don't know if you can, what your thoughts around it is, but like, with this whole, like for me, with the whole Iran thing, there's been a lot of things going on with Iran in the past 5-6 years, right? Yeah. And for me, I don't want sympathy. Like I don't want people to come up to me and be like, hey, like, you know, I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Like I'm thinking about your like shit. It's like, okay, dude, like thanks, but like I'm good. I live in North Van. Right? Like I live in North Van. I know some of my family in Iran. Don't really have a connection to them. Never been there since I moved here when I was a year old. Yeah. Sucks. Like obviously I feel for my people. Like I'm still Iranian in blood. Yeah. But I don't need your like, oh my God, like if you need anything, like let us know. Like if you want to talk to someone. Right? Like I remember like when the whole BLM movement started, a lot of people were like, oh, like support these like little local like black business, like ew. No, dude. I'm not gonna go to the business and buy something because the owner is black. Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go because the product and the service
Yeah. It's
is
good.
something that I want.
Yeah.
Am I crazy for saying that? Like, I just don't get that.
I hear where you're coming from, though, for sure. And I'm a firm believer of that, right? If like someone's like, oh, go support this business, it's because it's like, I'm not gonna go there because they're like from Iran or they're Asian or they're from fucking Palestine or whatever, just because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, if the food is fucking bomb, sure, I'll go there, right?
Exactly.
It's like, if it's known to be like whatever, I'm not just gonna go because of what's happening across the world, right? Like, I don't know.
Did you feel that a little bit with the
Oh,
whole?
for sure. People, bro, it was crazy. People were like messaging me on IG that like I haven't talked to in years. Like, hey man, like, just, I just want to let you know, like, I'm, everything's kind of fucked up, right? Like, I'm like, yeah, like, okay. Right? Like, I haven't talked to you in forever. It was like, so like, I don't know why you're reaching out to me. Like, okay, all right, cool. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, it was really weird for sure. But like a lot of people were definitely reaching out to me for sure. But honestly, it also changed me a little bit as well. And like how much I kind of let things like slide throughout my life, With the big thing being like people calling me the N-word, let's say, but buddies being like, yo, what's up? Yo, my nigga, Jerome, whatever, right? And it's like, at first, that didn't really bother me. Like, I didn't really care. I'm like, okay, like, if it was like, you, like, you're fucking, like, you're from Iran, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even like my white buddies, if I grew up with them for a really long time, right? I'm like, well, okay, this guy's my boy, right? This guy's my nigga. I don't care, right? Like, but then I was like, okay, like, I like got to a point where I was like, okay, I think this is like a little bit, like, fucked up in a way. I don't know. At least how I thought of it, because I'm like, I'm just like letting people kind of slide with this, and almost like making it normal for them to think that it's okay with other people, right? So it's like, let's say you're calling me, right? You're like, yo, Jerome's my nigga, right? Like, we're just whatever. And then you think because I let it slide, now you go see another black person and you become friends with them for a little bit and you're like, yo, what's up, bro? Yo, my nigga. And this guy's like,
whoa,
fuck, right? Like,
yeah.
What? So like, I don't know. I just like, it like kind of hit me kind of weird. And I was like, I feel like I shouldn't just be like so loose with that and just like letting anybody fucking say it to me, So I actually had a conversation with a lot of my buddies and I was like, bro, you know what? Like, I love you, right? But I'm like, I feel like I need to kind of like not let that kind of slide as much anymore. For whatever reason, I don't know. I just felt
for
weird.
what reason? Because from what I'm hearing though, is like the reason why you don't want to let it slide as loosely anymore is because you don't want your friends or the people around you to get punched out by someone else, right? Like, it's not.
But also because I was like, I feel like, I don't know. It's honestly tough. It's weird. It's a really weird thing for me to say because like my logic is just so like fucked up in a way. Because like I normally don't care if it's like my close buddies who I've grown up with for an extended period of time who are like I see as like my brothers. You know what I mean? And then like that fine line of like, hey, this guy can say it, but like this guy can't. And like if they're in the same room with each other, right? It's like, okay, why can he say it? Like, why can't I say it? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I think just to protect that and not have to have all these fucking conversations with people about like why it's cool for him to say it, why it's cool for him not to say it, right? Like, it's just like, no one, just let's just end it all for everybody and just shut it down. You know what I mean? Because I know people are going to fucking say it or they're talking. Like, I don't care about people singing like music and shit like that. Like, that stuff doesn't bother me. Like, people are like, oh, like if you go to a concert or like if you're rapping lyrics in your car with your buddies, right? And you're like, there's a white guy in the car, black guy in the car, and fucking you're in the ride, right? And they're just like singing some Drake track, right? And like, me and my niggas, and then they're like, there's just that moment, right? Like, and like, next thing you know, that person's fucking canceled.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
But that guy in the car didn't give a fuck because he's like, oh, my white friend's cool, this guy's cool, right? But now the whole world hates them.
I wonder though, man, because like, how much of it is it like for me, I wouldn't. Like I couldn't say it. It's just too weird for me to say. Like I don't want to. I feel.
Yeah.
I'm basically 30 now.
Yeah.
Like I can't. For me to say that is I wonder, man. Do you feel like there's a part of it? There's a little percentage of it where other black people like would get mad at you for letting it slide. You know what I mean? Because I know for a fact, one of my good friends, he doesn't like anyone saying it, whether it's in like a bro-y way or endearing way.
Yeah.
His reasoning, we had this conversation is this is like a sacred thing for them, like a form of, what's the word he used? It's very exclusive to them, whether it meant some derogatory, it had some derogatory meaning way back whenever, right?
Yeah.
Like to them, it's like this form of endearment amongst themselves. So it's very sacred. So for it to just be like loosely like, yo, what up? Like, it's kind of like, yo, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear where he's coming from though. And I totally get that. And that's why I'm saying it's just such a like, it's like one of those gray area things, you know what I mean? Where there's too many like loopholes of like, who can say it, who can't say it. Oh, this guy's from this guy's Mexican, so it's cool. Like all these Latino rappers, you know, 6ix9ine.
Yeah, Tekashi 6ix9ine,
right?
yeah.
Perfect example. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I fucking say it.
I grew up in the,
right?
but yeah.
He's like, because I grew up in this environment where all my friends are black, and they're like, it's cool.
And they allowed it.
And they let it slide. So in his mind growing up, he's like, this is normal language to me, right? But then when he's rapping, right, he's like, I'm going to throw it in my lyrics, and people are listening. They're like, what the fuck? This guy's not black, right? And like, even like for like, you know, even like other random artists that aren't like Mexican, you know what I mean, that will say it, right? And I'm like, I'm like, where's this guy from, right? Like I always have to like research almost, right? Like what part of the world is this guy from? And it's like, okay, this guy's not even from Africa, or he's not black, but he's got like some tie into, you know what I mean? So,
right.
I don't know. It's just like such a, in I guess the rap world, it's such like a loosely gray area term to fucking just throw around, right?
Right,
and
yeah.
everyone just throws it around so loosely, right? Unless you're white, then it's just like, no. It's like a hard fucking no. Yeah. Right?
Like, yeah, you've never seen Eminem say it, right? Like,
right?
And he's...
So things like that, where it's just like, it's just not gonna fly.
Right. I always found it cringe, man, when non-black folks say it, man. It's just like, ugh.
It's funny,
like a little white fucking like TikTok. Like, what? Are you kidding me? It's not only is it's like cringy, bro. Like you're such a dweeb, dweeb.
I find for anyone like just growing up, people that I find that say it the most are Punjabi guys. I feel like brown people say it the most. Out of every fucking race. Really? Brown guys. I just feel like there's this almost like want to be a black gangster. Like they feel like they are lit, like they live in fucking Compton. And they live in fucking, it's like, bro, you live in Surrey. Like your fucking BB pays for your fucking Mercedes, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're driving around fucking like acting like they're these big top boys and shit, right? And like, and I'm like, bro, like you don't even pay for your ride. You live at home rent free. You don't do shit except for just sit on your ass and drink with your buddies in your basement. And you're trying to like, you know, like you're in the whip calling your buddies fucking this and that, you know what I mean? Like, and that's I think what I always thought was gonna happen to me is like it was gonna be a brown guy calling it to me and then I was gonna react, but it just never happened. And so I was like, right, like, but I've definitely like heard it amongst like crowds, like when I'm like out and about and I'm like in a lineup, for example, and I like turn around and I can like hear people talking and I'll like get it thrown loosely, you know what I mean? I've had moments where like I've heard it like that and been like, who are you talking to? Yeah. And they just like kind of stop and I'm like, and then they don't really say anything. I'm like, all right, cool. right? And then they just stopped talking basically. They just stopped saying it, right? They were like throwing it loosely around before, nothing now, right? So it's almost like, I don't know. They're the only group I find that just throws it around so loosely amongst each other.
Wow.
Never hear that with white people, Asian people, never.
No, because it's
always just brown dudes. Always.
That's another thing that's a whole other can of worms. Like when the fuck, when did Surrey become like the epicenter of like hoodlums and gangsters? Like I don't understand how it sprouted into this generational cyclical thing. No, not even, dude. They're loaded.
It's not even so. I don't think it's a loaded thing. I think like just from like this is what I've just gathered just from having conversations with like kids, like when I used to work as like a correctional officer and stuff, right? And there's things like that where it's just like you grow up in these families where everybody's just working and grinding, right? Mom busy, dad busy, grandparents, whatever. Everyone's just doing shit, right? They live in these big ass houses, fucking a million rooms, right? Like everyone's just doing their own thing. So I think like a lot of times the kids kind of fall through the cracks in terms of what they're doing, like in school, who they're hanging out with, like all these different things, you know? Like, and so then they...
Sure, I get that. That is definitely an aspect of it, but I don't think it's the whole... Like, North Van, a lot of kids, that happens to a lot of kids. A lot of kids fall through the cracks and their parents are doing... Their parents are always out busy and whatnot, but like why in the fuck is it like this Surrey like like as soon as you get to Surrey, like, oh yeah, I'm in Surrey. I'm in Surrey. We're not gonna solve that today, bro. Yeah, we're in wherever the fuck, Clayton Heights, Wally, Fleetwood, like, oh yeah. Oh, we're certainly not in North Van, let me tell you. Like I just don't,
bro. Oh my god.
And they all, and assuming we're still speaking on Punjabi people, where did the accent come from? Where did that like Surrey Jack accent come from? Like I don't understand. Yo, what up? Like where? Like where did it? Where was that birth? Who was it? Bindi Johal?
I couldn't tell you, bro. I got no idea.
Yeah, and no hate, man. Like I don't want to get fucking lined up when I leave here, right? Like, I want to be able to walk in the Surrey, you know, whenever I want. No hate, but I'm just saying, fuck, man. Like, it's just this whole like different world, dude.
That's a whole other conversation.
Was it tough growing up? Like, did it shape you into a tougher person? Because you have to be.
I think so. Like I've had like moments in like where like kind of fucked up things happen. Like one clear story I have, and this I don't think it has to do with anything with like shaping me. It could have, I don't know. So I met this one guy. He lived in my complex. Went to my high school. Kind of like I think he was like a Fijian kid. I think just kind of like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe him, right? But like anyways, into BMXing and things like that, right? Me and him started hanging out, right? He kind of hung around with like more like, you know, the tougher, rough crowd, right? Which I didn't really think of anything of it. And I think for me, I'm very accepting of a lot of people, all right? And so I was like, all right, cool. This guy's like a buddy of mine, whatever. And I really wanted to BMX because I had a mountain bike and he was on a BMX. I was like, my bike's kind of whack. Like I want a BMX too, right? Like I want 2 pegs on it. I could, you know, ride around, right? Throw a girl on the pegs, ride with her, right? So like, I want a BMX, right? He's like, oh, you want a BMX? Yeah, I can get you a BMX, right? I'm like, fuck, really, bro? He's like, yeah. I'm like, sick, right? He's like, all right. He's just like, well, let's go to this house, right? He's like, my buddy, you know, he's got an extra one. It's in the back, right? And I was like, oh, no way, right? He's like, yeah. He said you can have it. It's all good. I'm like, sick, right? So we ride down to this place together, right? I'm with him, maybe like, I don't know, like a 20-minute ride, whatever. Get to the house, right? I'm like, he's like, all right. He's like, it's in the back. He's like, when you go over to the back, through the fence right here, it's around the corner. You're going to see a bike there, right? He's like, just grab it, we'll roll out. He's like, he's got it parked there, right? I'm like, cool. Go in the back, grab the bike, right? I'm wheeling it out now, right? Guy comes, right? He's like, yo, where the fuck are you going, right? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm like, oh, this guy said, I forgot his name, but he's like, this guy said like the bike's, it's all good. So like, what the fuck you talking about? Pulls a knife out. And I'm like, what? Right? He's like, put the fucking bike back. And I was like, wheel it back over, put it down. I'm like, yo, like, sorry. This guy said, like, oh, Neil, that was his name. He's like, Neil. I'm like, Neil said it's all good, right? And he's like, nah, fucking put it back. So I put it down. I come out, but he's gone.
Yo.
And I was like, the fuck, dude? And then at that moment, obviously, you stop chilling with that guy, right? But I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, so like moments like that, right? Where I was like, okay, Surrey's like kind of like, you know, fucked up a little bit. But obviously, like, I'm also doing some fucked up shit that I don't know that I'm doing, right?
What was Neil's objective out of, like, what did he want out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, to like be like make a funny scene, or like,
I don't know. Like, I didn't.
you know what I mean? Like, what did he get out of
Like,
that for you?
yeah.
You getting a knife pulled out on you, right?
I have no idea, dude. That was probably the craziest thing I remember happening, and now thinking about it, like in Surrey, where I was like, holy shit, like, all right, like,
Holy
I gotta be
shit.
careful, you know?
Did you talk to him about, like, yo, why did you do that? Like,
No,
why did you even
never.
set me up?
No, never.
See,
I didn't even know what the fuck the guy's doing. I just remember he moved. I just remember he ended up moving, and
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
sure
there.
he's not doing fucking
So,
great.
no, yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That would never be North fan. That would be, but no, I can't say never. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
hood shit that goes on in North Van, especially nowadays. But yeah, man, it's
Yeah.
a
North
totally
Van is so different though, right? Like I told you too. Like when I was there, fucking hanging out, looking for a car. I was just looking around and like, there's no colored people here. Like I'm the only black guy here.
and it's wild because there's way more colored people there than it was like 10 years ago.
Which is crazy because I didn't see anybody. Like, I'm like, everybody here just looks like, I don't know, bro. Like, it reminded me of when I went to LA. If I'm like, it's not a thing like LA, but like, it felt like that when I went to like Laguna Beach and all that stuff. And I was like looking at the people and I'm like, everybody here looks the same. Like, every girl is like blonde and she wears these types of clothes and like looks like this and drives this car and they all look the same. And I got to North Van, I'm just like kind of looking around. I'm like, all the girls here just like, they're all just looking like they just like walked out of a yoga studio, you know? They just all look like that.
No, it is
Like, no hate or anything like that,
No,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's some beautiful people there, right? But it's just like,
for sure.
I was just like, yo, this is I don't know.
That's the
this
thing
is
too.
not
Like,
my
it's the
spot.
same thing when you feel when you get to Surrey, you're like, oh, I'm in Surrey. It's the same
Yeah.
thing when you get to North Van, you're like, oh, I'm in North Van.
Yeah.
Right? For a
Yeah,
different
yeah.
reason, you have that feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most like medium, like happy average medium is probably like East Van. I think East Van's so diverse with
Yeah.
what you get.
I've heard it's a good spot. I'm not like a huge. I don't go out a lot in East Van, but I've heard good things though.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, North Van, like that feeling you have is a common thing that I've heard from a few others where it's like,
yeah.
whoa.
But I guess for you, for example, like, like you growing up there, like as like you're from Iran, but
Yeah.
like I guarantee you, people look at you like, oh, this guy's fucking some brown dude, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, what
Well-
like, how's your experience living there and like interacting with people? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
When people have asked me that, man, it's kind of the same. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, I've never really felt blatant racism or anything totally out of pocket. I've felt it in ways like very subtly. Like, for example, I remember a few times in high school, I was friends with a group of people, and we would always do things together. We'd always go to parties. We'd always, like include all of us in whatever we were doing. But I remember like a couple instances where they sort of just outed me out from whatever we were planning on doing.
yeah,
It wasn't anything malicious. It was really subtle and low key. And back then, when I was in high school, I never understood. I was like, "What the fuck was that? Like, why didn't they invite me? Or like, why did they just overlook me?" And
like a
not-
party they didn't tell you about, or like,
God, I don't remember what it was. It was like, I think it was like they were meeting up with like other group, and they just didn't want me to come along with them
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
yeah,
And God, I'm trying to remember what it exactly was, But I remember like thinking back, like back in high school when it happened, I thought to myself, what the fuck was that? I don't get it. Because like we do everything together. These people always, we at least tell each other that this is the plan, even though, even if someone doesn't want to show up, we inform each other.
Yeah.
And looking back now, I think it was like a bit of like a,
like we can't bring a brown guy here kind of thing.
Oh, I'll give you an example. This is like a perfect example. So a few years ago, 2-3 years ago, me and my best friend and his friends that are all white. Now I'm talking like purebred, like their names are like what you expect, like Lucas, Max, Matt, Evan, like there was no Ben, like white of the white. And there's like 14 or 15 of us. We go to Palm Springs for a golf tournament, okay? And I'm the only colored guy. There's no Asian guy. There's one half Asian, half white guy. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're playing this, one of the nights we're in the Airbnb, we're all playing this like drinking game. And it's one of those games, I can't really explain the rules to you, but what it was is we sit in a circle and like the person whispers something to the person next to them.
It's called whisper, I'm pretty sure.
And
then you say something and then you're supposed to say that word to the next person. But usually by the time it gets around, the word's like way the fuck off. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so it's not that game. I'm sorry. I know that is the game, but it's not that game we played. It's something along the lines of there's a secret being, or like this person asks a question about someone in the circle.
Yeah.
And this person has the choice to either ask that person or drink.
Yeah.
So all right, so I'll give you like the question that was asked between two of the people, two of the dudes, was who's like most likely to like have killed someone or like done a criminal thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this guy didn't like choose to drink. He was like Mo.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone's like, oh yeah, like, and I'm sitting there kind of like, okay, like I know why you're doing it. I know why like that question was asked, first of all. And it had something to do with them knowing that the participant, like the question, the person they're gonna ask the question about, prior to them coming up with the question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the guy knew, he's like, okay, we're going to ask a question about Mo. What's the question?
Yeah.
And the question the guy asked the other guy was, who's killed the most, like who's done some shit. And then whether the guy was willing to answer it or not, that's up to him. But he did ask me. He's like, the question was, or they asked, the question was, who probably has done some criminal act? And the guy was like, Mo.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a clear, even my buddy that I came with, he was like, yeah, that was a moment. Like, don't second guess it. Like, that was what it was. What you think is going on was going on.
Yeah.
Now, was it malicious? Now, was it like, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, like, I made a joke out of it. It's like, oh, I have like 5 unpaid parking tickets. Like, like, you know what I mean? I played I'm not going to get all weird and make it all like, well, fuck you, man. Like, is there a reason why you said, well, that's a thing. And I feel it though, too. Like, I'm with 14 or 15 other white dudes and I'm the only token brown guy. So and they're great. Like, I don't have any, like, I loved going, we went to Arizona the year after. Like, I'm not, but I know that is in the room, that I am the only brown guy. And I play it off. I embrace it, whatever.
Yeah. It is what it is.
It is what it is. But like, that's an example. Like, playfully, like.
Yeah. I don't even know to say to that. It's like, it's almost like hard with your buddies when you're like only, like the only colored person in the group. Cause it's like, I don't know, when there's like jokes being thrown around and like things like that, like subtle little moments, right? Or like, they're like, oh, it's just like kind of funny, like haha, like not a big deal. But then like we're kind of like, okay, like that was kind of fucked up in a way, right? It's like, I don't even know how to like kind of process it. It's almost just like,
yeah, but I think we're also we're not sensitive dudes. We're not like, hey man, fuck you, like you shouldn't be saying that. Like I don't care enough. Like it's you know, like a lot of people would take that and be like, Mo, you shouldn't have you shouldn't have taken that. You should have stood up for yourself, right? But it's like, dude, what? Like, it's not that serious.
It's kind of minor.
Like if the guy was like, yeah, Mo, I think it's you. We picked you because you're brown.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, like, and you're the only person of color in this whole living room.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, dude, like, we have a problem here.
So like, have you always been the only brown guy like in your group?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I've been around a lot of Asian. I've been around a lot of Persians, brown people.
But like, I mean, in terms of like your core homies.
Core homies. For the most, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of like me in a sense. Where, like,
Right.
Yeah.
But they are also exposed to different types. Like, I think exposure is a big thing, dude.
Yeah.
Because when you're living in a place, like when you grow up in a place with a lot of different types of people, like you grow accustomed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of just like, okay, like nothing weird. Like I've seen this before. So I'm lucky that they've been around other Persians or other ethnicities and backgrounds because they're white as hell.
But but that's important though, right? It's like just like hearing you say that for me, like all my friends they're all Punjabi guys, right? And like it's funny because like how we were talking about all that stuff before, where like it was always like so hard for me to like bring them out to places because other people were like, oh, like you're friends with a bunch of Surrey Jacks. I was like, what? Like it didn't clue into me for a long time that like there was just like, okay, you're a Surrey Jack or you're just this like brown creepy guy. You know, like I don't know. That's like always how like I like associated it, and then just so like talking to people and just like letting them know like, hey, my homies are, the Punjabi guys. We're gonna do like a party bus. Do you want to come? Right? I always invite like girls and stuff, and they're like, oh, like I don't know, right? Like, and so I don't know. Me being friends with them has been great though because it's like one, I don't feel like so. I guess like with you, if I was like the only black guy with like a bunch of white friends, I think that would be a little bit different for me versus me being friends with a bunch of brown guys.
Yeah, because they're brown.
Right?
They're still
brown,
person
right?
of color. Like
exactly,
it's not,
right? So it's like
they're still minority.
Exactly. So it's like I feel like it hasn't been as intense for me, right? So, but I got like for me, I'm very fortunate for the people that I know because when I moved and I like got treated like an outcast in the beginning, like all the people that I made friends with in high school are still my friends today. And I feel like that is something that a lot of people can't say. Like people that I've known since grade 4, right? Like my good guy friend, my good girlfriend, I'm still friends with them today. People that I met in grade 6 when I wasn't getting along with them, but now I'm talking to those people. Those are still my friends to this day. Like we've all grown up together. We're like people are getting married now. People are having families, right? People are doing all this stuff, and like there's like 20 buddies that are just like all still interacting in some way, right? I might not talk to certain people all the time, but like I have my core, let's say like 4 or 5 out of that 20 who I connect with the most. But then it's like if I'm doing like a big party or a birthday or someone's getting married, then you tell everybody, and everybody shows up for you.
Right.
So I think that's the one thing I would say that I respect out of the like brown community the most is I feel like they are very much about like family and like keeping people together. At least that's what I've noticed, right? Because I noticed with all like my white friends, I kind of went off to like, UVic or UBC and they all kind of parted ways. They just like all fucked off and just like started a whole new thing with whoever, right? And like there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? You're allowed to fucking leave your old friends behind for whatever, right?
Right.
But like I just think it's dope that like I just have those relationships where it's like was watching football before I got here with a guy that I've known since I was like 5, and then another guy who became my best friend in Surrey who I met in grade 7, right? And he's still my best friend today, right? So I think those relationships are very hard to come by.
Mm-hmm. How much are those relationships with the Punjabi community? I don't know if like this could be right or wrong. You can tell me I'm wrong, but like how much of it is it like us like against white people? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a mutual like agreement or a mutual understanding that it's like we're people of color versus the white people. Like how much of that, like there has to be like an undertone of that too, right?
Yeah, I agree for sure. There's definitely something there. I don't know like what it is exactly, but there's definitely something there for sure. Like,
it's an unspoken like thing.
I feel like I don't know. I just feel like there has to be almost, you know, because it's like we've both kind of been treated the same way almost to an extent by, you know, this specific race, right? So I feel like there's got to be something there.
Yeah, I hear you.
To what extent, I don't know, but
yeah. No, I mean there might not be. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because it would make sense if there is like a connection and a you know, a relationship based on the fact that like on mutual, like not a hate, but like okay, we noticed that we're people of color, and you know that's something we have in common. That's a common ground for both of us. Yeah. Right. Like I don't think that's wrong to say, right?
No, I agree, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Yo, let's wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah. That was good, man.
Honestly, I was gonna ask you too. I was like, at one point, I was like, shit.
Who is he and what